I know you kind of alluded to this, but what was the process like of coming to this decision, and was there anyone in particular you leaned on for advice?
No. Where I'm coming from, I didn't have nobody to lean on to. It's not all about the money, but get an opportunity to be able to take care of my family. That's all that matters. It was just trying to get things situated the right way. Mr. Leonson, Runfield, Coach Brooks, those guys do an amazing job each year developing our team, pushing me to get better. From day one, they told me they wanted me to be here for a long time. Even when I dealt with injuries early on in my career, they stuck behind me and never threw me behind the bus. I never threw these guys behind the bus, always believed in what they would do in free agency and anything like that. And that's why I'm here for another 6 years.
Hey John, how you doing? Why is it important for you to be with Washington Wizards as opposed to another organization?
This is my second home. This is like family to me. Everything I do in the city, ever since day one, every time I walk around the city, everybody show me support and love. And that's the most important thing I can give back to these people. They look at me not as John Wall, the superstar, the basketball player. They look at me as a great person. And that's one thing my mom raised me as a young man. She said, no matter how great you is on the basketball court, if you're not a great person, you don't have great character, nobody's going to take you serious. It's a joke. And that's one thing I always keep in my heart.
Here we go. Miss Francis is starting to cry. We're going to start crying. We do this. This is a kind of a ritual.
John, put me on the spot.
Hey, John, right for you. I'm sure you remember when you were introduced here, you had your press conference, and you had the police escort, and the balloons, and almost a parade. When you look back on that day to where you are now, how would you say your career has played out, and what has it been like for you to be a part of this organization during that time?
It was great. It was going through tough times at the time when I first came in. Y'all met a skinny kid at 19 years old that wasn't a man yet. It was a young man that was probably 190 pounds soaking wet. I grew up as a man. I grew up as a basketball player. They dealt with my injuries. They dealt with the tough times I had. The city embraced me. I embraced the city back. And everything I do is for my hometown, North Carolina, is definitely for here. I wouldn't ask to be in a better place than being in D.C.
John, I got a question right here. My name is Josh from the Future League Entrepreneurs Program. I just wanted to ask you, like, you've done a lot for our program, and I see how involved you are in the community. I'm from PG County, Maryland. I'm from the area, so I wanted to know where that spirit of giving back comes from, especially because you're not from here, from Carolina. So.
Well, the most important part is I didn't get put on this earth just to play basketball. And to be in a position I am to give back is always a great opportunity. I enjoy it. I love putting smiles on other people's faces. And I know some of the tough situations and tough upgrowing and raising some people are. I've been through that same situation. I was blessed and fortunate to be able to make it to the NBA, play the game I love on the highest level, and also make money, take care of my family, but also take care of other people in the world. And that's what I enjoy.
John, you've been saying for a while now that your goal is for a championship. How close do you think this franchise is to achieving that?
Just like I am this summer, if everybody just keep getting better and developing as a team, we keep adding the right pieces. Coach Brooks is going to push us every day. Sometimes I want to put him in the headlock because he gets on my nerves. He's not, but when he does, he gets the best play out of us. Every day he's always talking to me. We're talking, we're doing everything, but we're close. I mean, my ultimate goal is to get to East Conference Finals and see what happens from there. But we're getting better and better each year.
For Ted, over here, during Otto's press conference, you said that you wanted no drama with these contract talks. It seems like you accomplished that. There was no real threat of them even. What do you think is the key to doing that?
Well, I think we believe that culture really matters, and that being in it together can really be a differentiator to your success. And we're very careful with the people that we're recruiting and spending time with. And so John's our leader, and Otto Porter's a very high integrity individual. Bradley Beal's a very high integrity individual. We probably have one of the best locker rooms in the NBA. And it feels great to be a team where people say, I want to be here, as opposed to what goes around the league sometimes where I want to go someplace else, the grass is greener. And so being able to create that kind of organization, I think is a next step for our development to being a long-term, really, really great team. And so when you have someone of John's caliber saying, this is where I want to be, this is a great city, we have great fans, it gives permission really for the community to step it up and really support us, because Washington D.C. is, the DMV is kind of the most dynamic, fastest growing, most charitable-minded community in our country, and we want to be an exemplar organization. And so I think doing these kinds of things and showing commitment to the young players that we draft and develop, and when they're young, you can kind of set a culture and a standard that they can all live up to, and it all starts from your leader. And John is the only player who's still with the team when I bought it, and he is the best representative I could imagine for what we want to continue to build.
John, Assad over here, thank you. First, I wanted to thank you for being such a great role model to me and my family over the years. We followed you very, very closely. As a lifelong Wizards fan, I'll tell you that by far, including somebody like Michael Jordan, you are the most dynamic player that we've looked up to from the beginning. And my question to you is, do you feel, as a roster today, that we have enough to get over the hump and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think we improved our bench this year. I know like I'm working every day. There's something I know my other teammates are. And our ultimate goal is we understand what Coach Brooks wants from us from day one. It was kind of new for us coming into a new season, going through a new offense and just trying to get the chemistry down pat. I think we have that. We have an advantage over a couple of teams like that. And then we just got to come in and keep working. But yeah, we have the ultimate goal. We was one game away from being where we wanted to be and giving ourselves a chance.
John, right to you, you had a very good last year. And as Mr. Nelson said, you posted on social media and things you've been working on. What specifically have you been working on to not only get better for yourself, but also for the team?
Every aspect of my game, post up, shooting floaters, working on three-pointer, definitely being in better shape. I think last year, game 7, I ran out of energy in the fourth quarter. So I want to make sure I'm in the best shape possible where the coach needs me to play a full 48 minutes or a whole second half, I can be able to get the job done.
John, I was going to ask you about the Celtic series in Game 7 in particular. How much has that been on your mind this offseason, and sort of into that a little bit, but you can talk about that, and also just what do you think you guys are now to deal with in Boston and Cleveland going forward?
Well, you never know. Every team's changing every other day these days. But we right there. We was in the Game 7. We had Game 1 and Game 2 won. We just a team that let those games slip. We know what it takes to win. We just got to get over that hump. Game 7, not the way we wanted it to end, but I definitely went out swinging. I didn't shoot. I didn't go 0 for 0. I went 0 for 11. Shot the ball, played the game I wanted to play. At least I wasn't being passive. I was being aggressive like I was in the playoffs. I could deal with losing that way, and I use that as motivation for this season coming up.
Hey John, is there any mention, you're signed basically through what could be the majority of your prime, your age 32 season. Have you thought about long term, how your game may develop or how it may have to develop as you get older?
John, congratulations. It's a joy to watch you on the court every year. I hate it when I have to miss a game. So I just look at the replay of it so that I can get that joy. But my question is actually for the coach. Coach, do you have do you intend to add to the team, or, I guess you have to kind of evaluate it as the season progresses to see what you need to help get this team to the finals and get John some help.
Well, I think we've picked up a lot of good players this offseason. One thing, looking at our team, you need a good owner and a good general manager to have a good base, and we have that. And we picked up some really good players to help all of our players out. You don't win in this league with one guy, you win in this league with your entire roster. And the thing that I love about John is his winning spirit. He didn't have the best of games in Game 7, but he never shied away from it. And a lot of players would never bring it up, especially in the press conference, that he was over 11. But he's not shying away from that, and that's pretty impressive. And I think going into next season, you know, we all want to improve, myself included. We want to get better as a unit. But it starts from the top. We have good culture here. We have a chemistry here that players like to play with one another. And as you look around the league, sometimes that's not the case. And to be able to draft 3 players and develop them and keep them in your organization is hard to do in today's time in the NBA. But we're able to do that. And it says a lot. One of our best players saying he wants to be here for basically his entire career. He did say that he wants to be here for entire career. I don't know if we can sign him to a lifetime contract, but 6 years from now, we're going to mention this to him. So he's here forever. But it's good. It's good for us because he's a great player. Works hard, great leader. The thing that he wants to improve on, he forgot to mention, was his defense, and we've talked about that quite a bit. He will improve.
Scott, when you met with John last year in the hospital, you told him he could be a top 5 player, and you said top 5 potential. But Scott, how close did he come to being the player you expect him to be, and what do you see for him going forward? How good he can be?
Well, just coaching against him, I knew he was a talented player. I didn't know his commitment to his teammates. I didn't know his commitment to work, but I was able to see that firsthand. He's not one of the best point guards. He's one of the best players in the league, and you can argue with the top 5 or 6, but he's right there with any of them. He competes every night. He plays. You know, there's times where you don't think that he's probably going to play tonight, but he plays with such toughness, and he doesn't want to miss a game. He doesn't want to disappoint his teammates. He's always out there competing. In training camp, and he wasn't going full speed because he's just coming off his knee surgery, but I'm thinking to myself, this is not full speed. I can't wait for that to happen because it was pretty impressive come October. But as the season went on, you saw his ability to play at a high level that not a lot of players in this league can play at.
Hello, congratulations, John, Ted, Coach, and Ernie for retaining the star of the Wizards. It was very wise of you. But as a season ticket holder, one thing that just heartened me is that unlike other teams, because DC is such a transient city, you don't have sometimes that moral support of your spectators or the people who come to the game, because if the Lakers are there, you would swear you were in LA. If the Boston Celtics come, you would swear you were in Boston because of the transient community that DC has. What do you do in the locker room to get them past that seemingly lack of spirit when they need that extra push? And what can spectators and fans do besides me bringing tamarines and embarrassing the floor seat ticket season holders? What do you do to boost their morale, to get over that hump, knowing that the full fanship is not there because of the transient city of Washington, D.C.?
Well, I think as the season progressed last season, the fans were coming out and it was exciting. The things that I talked about with our team every day, we have to go out there and play hard and play for each other. By you doing that, the fans will appreciate that. Fans don't want to come out and see a team that doesn't go hard, doesn't play together, that's always bickering at one another. And the thing that I think their fans saw this past season was that. As you saw, I think we won like 17 or 18 straight at home. Obviously, you do that with great players, but you have to have that fan support that we've had towards the middle to later part of the season and into the playoffs. I don't think we lost a playoff home game, so that tells us going into next season how important it is to have our home court fans behind us. But I think as the season went on, they were terrific.
Thank you, Coach. All right, we'll now move the table, do a photo op here on the stage, and after that, everybody that's on the stage will be available for one-on-ones.